We are happy to welcome you to LBank Labs Startup Pitch Night 2022. So LBank Labs is the venture fund of LBank Exchange, and and we are having LBank Labs startup sessions in Asia, in USA, and we're going to be having it regularly here in Dubai. So LBank Labs is open to enterprising ideas, new ideas, and we're ready to nurture and support projects and startups. So I'll be your host for tonight. My name is Mayor. I'm part of LBank Labs team, and I will hand over now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. My name is Benoza. I'm also part of LBank. I really appreciate everyone coming here, so to give you your valuable time. So actually, I'm going to inform you about the rules of the house. It's we will have 5 projects for today. Each of the project has 5 to 10 minutes to explain and to introduce themselves. After that, we're gonna have 1 to 2 questions to each of the founder. So, and let us start from first project. It's a Grizzly Fi and his co-founder, Mr. Oliver.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Sony and the whole team of LBank Labs for hosting us here, for being such amazing hosts. So a round of applause for LBank Labs. Thank you very much. So let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Oliver, like you already mentioned. And I'm one of the co-founders of Grizzly Development. What is Grizzly Development? Grizzly Development is a Swiss hub for developing projects. We're a development company, and we are focused on high-end and next-level UI UX simplification, user experience. So basically, we're faking projects from all of the industry, basically from all of the branches of the industry, and we are just making them simple. Like, for example, gamification, NFT, metaverse, but also DeFi. And before I present our flagship project, what we have been developing the whole year basically, I want to get to know you a little bit. So I will ask you a few simple questions. How many of you are into DeFi right now? All right, perfect. Not so many. How many of you are using DeFi actively? All right. Who of these people who are using DeFi knows liquidity mining? Kind of difficult. So every one of you knows that in order to provide liquidity to an exchange and to earn yield on your funds, you need to undergo quite a few steps. So you need to take your own fund in your token, then you need to exchange it into other tokens, then you need to exchange these 2 tokens into LP token, then you need to stake this LP token, maybe on another platform. And we've analyzed this whole process, and we found out that this whole process is basically too difficult. We also own basically the whole Reddit community for liquidity mining and yield farming, and we asked the community as well, why isn't everyone using DeFi right now? And the question and the answer, not the question, the answer was very simple. It's too difficult right now. And that's why we are on a mission to make this thing accessible and to make it simple for everyone. So now you can show what we have done.
Thanks. As a crypto investor, you are aware of the cycles of the crypto market, and you try to time them the best possible way. Sometimes you get it right and win, sometimes you don't and lose. With Grizzly, you are able to create passive cash flow in any market situation, whether in a bull market or the upcoming bear market. But how exactly is the cash flow generated? As a liquidity miner, you provide liquidity to a decentralized exchange. This liquidity is used when someone wants to exchange one currency for another. The exchange fees, which are paid by the one exchanging, go directly to you, the liquidity miner, as a reward. But there are some stepping stones attached to liquidity mining. First, many platforms have complicated onboarding processes, which make it really hard for beginners to get started. Second, there are some risks attached to it, which can eat up the possible gains. And third, it can be time-consuming to maximize the profit. profits. Those stepping stones hinder the technology from being widely adapted. Grizzly is a hub for liquidity mining, where liquidity mining is made easier, safer, and more profitable than ever. No more need to manage dozens of different platforms and perform complicated steps to enjoy the benefits of liquidity mining. With the one-click invest, Grizzly.fi introduces the most simple and straightforward onboarding ever. Participating is as easy as setting up a new iPhone, and with a friendly design and clean overview, you are always in control. How do you explain something difficult best? Through an analogy which puts the technical terms in a new perspective. You are a grizzly with no natural enemies. You are relaxed and ready to invest.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So now everyone understands what we are doing, but I think everyone asks himself the question, what do we want from you personally? And that's quite simple, because right now in the crypto industry, in the crypto market, everyone is talking about educating the people on crypto. Everyone is trying to squeeze the users into using their products, or to squeeze the users into understanding their product, first of all. We have a kind of a different approach. We strongly believe that it's not our mission right now to squeeze the users, the people, into understanding crypto, but to educate the crypto market on the needs of the people. That's why I want to invite all of you to join this mission when you launch projects, to think about the people, to think about the users themselves. And if you want to know more of the stuff what we are doing, you can also ask this wonderful grizzly gentleman right there for assistance, or ask me, get to know us more well. We don't want any money for you right now or something like that. We just want you to join this whole movement, to spread the message and to make this whole place, this whole industry beautiful and much more usable for the people. So thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Do we have anyone there with questions for him? Oh.
Yeah, there is a question.
Yes.
Are you guys centralized or decentralized?
So we as people are of course centralized, but our project is decentralized 100%. Yes. Another question?
Are you supporting multi-chains or just focusing on a single chain?
We are starting on the Binance Smart Chain and then moving fast to other chains like Polygon, like Avalanche, and so on. Yes.
So if you have more questions for him, you can meet him after the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Oliver.
Yeah,
And
so
our next project is, let me be correct, it's a Skills of Blocks, and his co-founder is Mr. Nitin.
Normally I go to these get-togethers and it's such a wonderful crowd. You see people from many countries, different sets of knowledge, different interests, and yet something, one word connects all of us, and that's blockchain. Do you agree or disagree? Well, I heard some agreements. All right. So a little bit about me. My name is Nitin Nanda. By profession, I'm into private international law, and I've been running assignments for my clients in many countries. We do international corporate structuring, international contracts, that kind of stuff. A couple of years ago, I got introduced to this magic word called blockchain when I moved to Estonia. And I realized that blockchain is not Bitcoin and Bitcoin is not blockchain, because Estonians, they have around more than 6,000 services on the chain. They went blockchain like 12 years ago. And everything we see around in the world happening today, Estonians did 12 years ago. So that's what brings me, actually, that moment, 5 years down the line, brings me here today to present a project to you, which is built by the community, for the community. I can't say yet by the community because we need the community. That's why we are here. One correction, I'm the founder, not the co-founder. There's only one founder in the project. That's me at the moment, and I would like more people to join us. I'll let you know later what we need. So this is called Skills of Blocks. Before I move forward with this, I would like to ask, like my friend here before, I would also like to ask some questions. These are with respect to the pain points in the community. Can anyone address what are the pain points we're facing today? You have projects, right? You have your own projects. You have companies established. You're working with. What are the pain points we are facing? Yes. Licenses. Okay. Anyone else? Any pain points you're facing?
Yes, I have. I need 50K USDT today. If you got the
Okay. Okay. Let's say genuine need. Projects need money and scams. That's right. So any other pain point? KYC. Okay. Any other pain point that the industry is facing? How many have companies who need developers from the industry? Yeah, employees?
Less than $5,000. Cheap. 3, 2, I'm ready to pay, but 5 is too much. Okay.
Right. Employees? Yeah. Yes. Is it easy to find experienced employees in the industry? No. So, education. Have you talked to people who still think Bitcoin is blockchain and blockchain is Bitcoin? How many have you faced this issue? Yeah. I sometimes I'm training people. I'm giving classes, and they still think that Bitcoin is blockchain and blockchain is Bitcoin. Another issue, when you talk to them, you find half of this. So if there are 100 people and you're trying to educate them, after 10 minutes you find at least 30% of them sleeping. Not because you're saying something wrong, just because they don't understand the basic terms. So if they don't understand the basic terms, soon they'll lose track of what you're trying to say. These are some of the pain points that we are facing today. And this is why we built this project, to be able to address each one of them. So this is my login view. When I log in, this is the screen I see, and anyone would think that this is just another LinkedIn or another Facebook, right? How many? Scroll down, please. How many of you think this is just another LinkedIn or Facebook?
I thought it was Facebook.
Nice, thank you, at least you're honest. Okay, so this looks like a Facebook or LinkedIn because my project lead decided to give it its own social media. So yes, it has its own social media, but if you scroll down, what is layer 2? You scroll down, what is Uniswap? Please go down. Go down. Why do I need MetaMask? Go down. What is a decentralized exchange? So when you start scrolling down this social media, all you find is shorts. These shorts are 30-second reads. If a novice or someone who thinks Bitcoin is blockchain and blockchain is Bitcoin gives us 30 seconds a day, within 30 days, he will be smart enough to interact with any one of us in the room. He will not be smart enough to counter us or debate with us, but he will be smart enough, he or she will be smart enough to interact with us in the room. So our social media is meant for the community. We are building the community around 6 verticals, and these 6 verticals can be found if you click on courses. So what we are doing is, we will not be stopping on shorts. We'll be building proper courses. We are building proper courses around 6 verticals. And these 6 verticals are, if you click on all categories, here, here. These 6 verticals are blockchain, cybersecurity. Blockchain includes all the nuances: exchange, trading, all that stuff, liquidity pools, liquidity mining, cybersecurity, Internet of Things, quantum computing, augmented and virtual reality, and artificial intelligence. Now, if any one of you are thinking that why did we choose only these 6 verticals, there are a couple of reasons. One, there is a shortage of professionals in each one of them. 2, there are shortage of quality courses in each one of them, and some universities which are giving the courses, they're very expensive. Third reason is, and this is a selfish reason I would say, there are dedicated technology funds along these verticals. EU alone has spent $6.5 billion for blockchain and AI in the past couple of years. there are dedicated funds from countries and corporate majors which have sole purpose of being invested in these verticals, but there are not enough projects to reach them because one, projects and founders don't know about these funds, and two, they don't know how to pitch in front of these funds. So there's lucky few, like one of my friends got 2.5 million grant funding. So 2.5 million grant funding. That means she will never have to give it back to the government. And she had a blockchain-based environment project. So that's why we chose these categories to educate and train people along these categories. But we're not stopping here. We're taking it forward to the Innovation Center. So if you can click here. As of now, what you see is our logo, because as I said, we have still not fully launched it yet. But imagine these logos being replaced by lawyers, GDPR lawyers, AML lawyers. Someone mentioned KYC is an issue. Someone mentioned AML is an issue. So there are lawyers who have already said yes to the project. They will be here to guide you for your AML, KYC, these kind of issues. There are intellectual property rights issues. How many of you have faced the situation when you have an idea and it gets copied?
All time long. All the time.
And when you contact a lawyer, what happens?
Nothing. Even he copies my idea. That's why, yeah. You know.
So, well, I've been into private international law and I come across this issue many times. And one of the times, a guy had a very good idea. He presented to an investor and the investor copied the idea and launched the product in the market. So we have intellectual property rights lawyers. The idea is that you do your due diligence and you secure your rights before you go to the investor or before you go in the presentation mode. So if you go to present your idea, and you have not taken care of your rights before, you lose. That's why we are bringing intellectual property rights lawyers here. We are bringing business mentors here, marketing mentors here, and startup mentors here. So this is not something in the future. Everybody whom I'm talking about has already said yes. And there are two funds. One is a $1.2 billion fund, and second is a $5 million dedicated technology fund, which have said yes to join the Innovation Center. And now we are talking to a fund which has $20 million minimum ticket size and $5 billion upper ticket size, 100% project financing with tech as collateral. Your tech must be patent pending or patented. We're in talks with them. They have not said yes, but we are in talks with them to join us in the Innovation Center. So we'll be addressing another pain point here, whereby a lack of funding or lack of proper funding, and the second, lack of deal flow. So that's where we will need your support. If you have good projects and you want to pitch them, besides LBank Labs, you can send it to us as well. I'm talking to Mr. Sony to be maybe we do some collaboration with LBank Labs and the project. There are few things which are not here, which I must mention. One is token. So we decided that we will not go to the market to collect money. We built this ourselves with our own funds. So we will launch the token when the whole thing is ready and out in the market. The e-commerce is not here yet because we will open it as soon as we have some products to be sold. Let's say someone invents a robot or someone invents a beautiful service which he wants to sell. We will provide them the market space to sell it here. A couple of more things we will keep adding. One of them is scholarship for educational scholarship for students from weaker nations who wish to learn about these technologies but do not have enough money to learn about them. We'll be sponsoring their education through and through. These things are not active on the platform, which we plan to launch next month itself. But thank you so much for your time and listening to me so patiently.
So we have third project, which is Jax Network, and his founder is Mr. Nick Van.
No, I'm not the founder. Jesus. No. I'm just.
The VD.
There we go. Okay.
Please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Bain. I'm the business developer at Jax Network, not the founder. And if you're asking about this, don't worry about it. It will be fine.
That's the reason why I'm no longer a founder, right?
Yeah. This is this one, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so what is Jax Network? So Jax Network is a blockchain technology company that was founded in 2018. We have quite an ambitious goal. We want to bring about the adoption of an energy standard monetary system, right? And bring crypto payments fully mainstream to be adopted as a mainstream payment option, right? We've positioned ourselves to become, to massively disrupt the stablecoin market and potentially become the USDT killer because we don't think it's that good. Right, so what are some of the problems that are preventing cryptos from going mainstream as a payment option? Number one is volatility. No one really wants to buy coffee or buy clothes or even a meal using your Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. It's perhaps my favorite cryptocurrency, other than Jax. But no one wants to use it to spend. Second one is scalability. Without the necessary scalability, the network is slow and causes too many fees, right? That's what Ethereum is experiencing right now. And the last one is a bit underground, but something that people need to consider, which is centralization, right? Centralization has a lot of risks of its own, and we're seeing that start to pop up with coins such as USDT, where they're getting into legal trouble. There's also the threat of hacking, and a lot of other threats, such as like a state actor could potentially halt their activities, right? So those are three reasons we believe a cryptocurrency hasn't gone fully mainstream as a payment option. So how do we solve these problems? We've solved these problems by creating our very own layer 1 blockchain that we launched in October 2021. Interestingly, we actually launched on the anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper being released. And on this network houses a decentralized, scalable, and mineable stablecoin pegged to energy. It's the first stablecoin that a miner can mine and control the issuance of. And how do we do this? We do this by merge mining with the Bitcoin network. For those of you who are not aware, merge mining is when you mine 2 or more blockchains at the same time. We have 2 coins on this network. We have Jax Net coins, which are our asset coin, which exists on the Beacon chain, and these stable Jax coins that are pegged to energy on the scalable shard chains. Sorry, there we go. The way we peg the value of these stable coins to energy is by rewarding miners on our network in proportion to their hash rate, right? So the more hash rate a miner contributes to the network for its security and for adding blocks, the more coins he or she can print. And since hash rate is over 90% the cost of electricity anyways, we can say the coins get their value from energy. This is called our universal reward function. There's also a teeny tiny change that we added. So on our network, right, a miner is rewarded Bitcoin and our asset coin for merge mining our network. They don't lose any hash rate. They don't incur any extra costs, right? But they get Bitcoin and our asset coin, which is nice. We increase their profit per terahash, which is nice. But what they can do is they can burn their Bitcoin. They can burn their Bitcoin coin-based reward and then produce these energy Jax coins, these stable coins. The reason we implemented this mechanism is to put a check on inflation and to make sure that these energy stable coins are only ever mined when there is real demand for it. So the only time a Bitcoin miner will ever burn his or her Bitcoin is when he or she believes they can make a good profit from it. So how do we achieve scalability on this network? We achieve it through a process called pure state sharding, wherein all shards are individuals and independent of each other, but they are connected via the beacon chain, which also holds a shard registry, right? The process of merge mining, a lot of you might be saying, oh, okay, well, if you're sharding using proof of work, doesn't that expose each shard to a 51% attack, potentially, right? Well, the process of merge mining allows us to protect each shard to a high degree, and we incentivize miners to mine as many shards as possible because that is where they can make more money. So there's no such thing as weak shards on our network. How are we decentralized? Well, it's a proof of work blockchain that is immutable and permissionless, right? And we have incentive structures that encourage miners to have as many miner nodes as possible. Therefore, we can argue that our network is at least as decentralized as Bitcoin. So how do we plan on getting adoption? It's all good, right? Like I have like this amazing piece of technology, but if no one is using it, does it really matter, right? The way we plan on getting mass adoption is giving the people what they want. A lot of people don't really care about decentralization or scalability. I'm sure a lot of people in this room see the value in decentralization and see how dangerous centralized systems can be, right? So we give the people what they want, normal people. They want cheap, quick, reliable, and stable, which is why we also developed a layer 2 solution, which will allow for the utility of these coins to be used to create an energy standard monetary system. The way it works is people can take these energy stable coins, stake them on our platform called Jax Money, right? And create localized derivatives in any fiat denomination, US dollar, Indian rupee, euro, and so on, right? Think MakerDAO with DAI, but instead of staking Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, you are staking these energy stable coins that are backed by the process of mining energy, right? So you're able to take these stable coins, you stake them on this layer 2 platform, and therefore we're able to produce in a decentralized fashion currencies in the denomination of fiat currencies, which are transparent and auditable. They're cheaper because there's less of a markup fee. Its collateral is less volatile, which is less of a risk for the users. It's decentralized, and the value of it is backed by energy. Right. So I just wanted to give you some traction, what we've achieved and so on. As mentioned, we were founded in 2018. We spent about a good 3 years on research and development to try and produce this layer 1 blockchain. And it was launched in October 2021. The protocol works as advertised, as I've just said. We listed a wrapped version of this asset coin on PancakeSwap and Uniswap. We've raised about 2.5 mil since June 2021. And right now, interestingly, we're in the final stages of getting integrated onto Binance Pool. So Binance Pool currently mines about 5 coins, right? So we're in the final stages. I think it'll be done this week. And after we get integrated onto Binance Pool, we're expecting that a cohort of our partners will spend 1.5 exahashes to mine our network. Just to keep in mind, 1 petahash, one 1,000th of, so 1 petahash is 1/1000th of an exahash, right? And 1 petahash takes about, it costs about 100,000 in terms of machines. So 1.5 is a lot. It's literally more than the Bitcoin Cash network. And also we have these DeFi products, as I mentioned, Jax Money, which will be completed. They're already completed and they're just awaiting a certic audit, and we expect to launch them latest by early March, optimistically this month. So this is our core team. Let's just have a look. And these are our strategic advisors. We have right here, Professor Stornetta, who is widely regarded as the inventor of blockchain technology, who is actually cited on Bitcoin on the Bitcoin white paper 3 times. We have Dr. Hafid, who is the head of the Montreal Blockchain Lab, and we have Bijan Alizadeh, who is CEO of Phoenix, one of the biggest mining operations in the world, and Tony G, if you guys are familiar with poker. There we go. Yeah, he's also he was also a former EU Parliament member and a serial investor in cryptos. So I also wanted to present you guys with an opportunity. We have these JaxNet tokens, which are our utility coins on the layer 1 for sale, right? This is how we raise investment, by selling these utility tokens, which we argue will increase in value as the network is increasingly adopted for transactions and payments. Because the coin has a lot of utility in terms of paying for gas fees, and it has a staking mechanism on the layer 2, we argue that as the network is increasingly adopted for payments, the value of this coin should increase also. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Obviously, my gaming addiction went so bad that we almost had some issues on this side. But thank God, now this is potentially my life now. So I've studied astrophysics, quantum mechanics. I'm basically an engineer. I know how to code and things like that. And I came up with the ideal game I always wanted to play. Fortunately, the blockchain came in, the NFT world came in, the interoperability came in, and everything. And this is what unlocked my project, because I couldn't actually deploy my project until the blockchain came. So the blockchain is really the backbone of this project. So what is Elon Musk? What are we trying to do? What I'm trying to achieve with this game? Simple. I'm trying to create a world where literally every gamer in the world can play any game they will ever dream of playing. I like to play Need for Speed. I like to play Call of Duty. I like to play Pokemon. I like to play every game in the world. So I was thinking, how do I create a game where potentially I can plug every game in the world into it? How do you do that? So obviously, this is where I think it took a lot of thought process. So the only common point between all the imaginations of the world is base reality. So in order to create a game that can shoot out in imagination, in reality, like Need for Speed is a reality based, like for example, shooting zombies is imagination. So how do you create that? So you create a world which is based on reality, which can shoot out in other branches. So this is where the idea of Elon Musk came in, because Elon Musk is like the perfect excuse to branch out in all over the place. If I want to do racing, there's Tesla. If I want to go to space, there's SpaceX. If there is it's just like an easy theme. It wasn't necessarily for marketing reason. It was just because it's a convenient way to connect to imagination. So having said that, we've added a lot of ideas, and I'm lucky to have an amazing team behind me. So I created my company only 3 weeks ago. I've already raised my seed fund, and I'm already building the team and everything. But I've got some of the best guys in my team as advisors, and already the project is going so much ahead. For example, yesterday I had a chat with Gary V, and Gary V was advising me on how I should, what era I should kind of avoid to make sure that this project survives, because he's very pessimist for most of the projects, but he also recognized that some of the projects which are built for the fun, built for not making money, will fundamentally succeed. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let you guys watch this video, because it speaks a lot. I can tell you about the project, but you might not get it. There's a lot of NFTs in the game, which are characters. Those characters are like AI workers that work for you, exactly like you would with a business. And I guess I'll let the movie play, and then I might comment on at the same time. So you build everything. Here, there is AI workers. You can buy them as NFTs, and they can build your team. You don't need to buy them. You can work for free. You can play for free. But as soon as you start selling NFTs, you can actually, purchase characters like workers, like in a real business. There'll be lots of buildings. Everything that you see, there'll be shooting, like Call of Duty and stuff. This is the test bench over there. This is the HQ with some NFT workers working, trying to figure out where to mine. Then we're going to go to the hydroponic farm and we're going to see some AI NFT workers there. Those guys are NFT workers. So this is a concept where NFTs can make NFTs, because the food is also NFTs. Everything is NFTs, kind of. So here you can see for the racing game, all the assets are lined up. Here, if you need to, you're going to need to defend the moon against an alien invasion, and if you win, you can steal the technology. This is going to be the marketplace, which will be in orbit above the Earth. It will be the first step for you to reach. This guy is a drug addict of the metaverse. Once you wear the goggles, you can't switch them off. This is the drug of the future. I present to you the metaverse drug. Look, they didn't make it, these guys. Too much metaverse, kill the metaverse. So it's literally a game where you can do anything you will ever want, like whatever your imagination. Every spaceship, every object in the game, you would have designed it yourself. Therefore, it will be an NFT that you own. If you can't own a shop, you can get those little sheep, like in the Fifth Element, to sell stuff. This is for resellers. You know, if you don't want to have a shop, you just resell your goods to people that sell it. That's it. Thank you. Oh, any questions?
We have one question, please. Okay. Well, you can ask them after the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
One question.
really loved your presentation, by the way. Super cool. Like,
Hey, this is my first presentation, by the way.
oh, you doing it?
Yeah.
So people love the idea of a finite quantity of those NFTs,
Yes.
which will be minted or then caught from the game. So do you have kind of a finite for everything, or you're saying food, NFTs, everything?
To answer your question, the best way to answer is that okay, let me say it differently. This game is a real world simulator in terms of market. So resources is like Earth, finite, scarcity. You have to make everything yourself, like a car. You have to build it, otherwise there's no cars. Once you make a car, it's your IP, it's your design, you can resell it. It's like a real world, like a simulator.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I would like to invite Mr. Tashish to close our next speech with Project Unicus One.
Thank you. Thanks, LBank. Such a wonderful crowd. Feel amazing to be and present in Dubai. Yeah, let's just start. Just have 5 minutes. So we're claiming to be the world's first Web3 as a service platform. World's first because I haven't come across any other such platform. Just the website. Yeah, you can scroll through. So I'll come up with the problems which people have. The one you mentioned, that it's really difficult to get developers, and especially cheap developers, I would say. Less pricey. So we can convert any Web 2 application into a Web 3 one within 15 minutes. And that's, whoever I talk about this, they're like excited to hear all this. And we've done it. And we've done it on, starting with Ethereum, Polygon, all EVMs. These now we're doing it on Tron, Cardano, Avalanche, Immutable. Will be done by this end of February. And so our model is mostly into partnerships. So we're not getting into core marketing and getting creators and other users to come on our marketplace. We do partnerships and get bulk assets, bulk users, bulk creators. So what we're planning is about 200,000 assets by end of February. So we've already already partnership with 3 companies. One is an influencer marketplace with around 48,000 influencers. One is an NFT ticketing company, and then there is an NFT, another somewhat similar company. So these are the offerings, the marketplace we have. I'll just show it to you. This is a widget-based solution which I was talking about, and that can convert Web 2 into Web 3 within 15 minutes. And then we have NFT storefronts, white label, any art gallery, any company, or any entity who wishes to have their own custom marketplace, they can have it. And any gaming or metaverse project, just give it down. Any gaming or metaverse project who wishes to get their assets minted, traded, they are just 15 minutes away. Yes, and there's another interesting thing which we are building. It's not complete yet. So we're building a decentralized Web3 payment gateway, exactly like this widget. Any e-commerce site who wishes to integrate a decentralized payment gateway, I'm like anybody who welcome MetaMask or any Web3 wallet user, they can come integrate with us within 5 minutes, and they are ready to take payments. That's also a very powerful solution which we're offering. And yeah, so I think marketplace is done, the partnerships are done, this widget is done, and now we're building multi-chain, adding more chains to it. And they just started the private sale, and I'll just show you look and feel of marketplace. You just go at the top. I can enter app. Yeah. So we have few artists, creators, and we've already onboarded. But as soon as our partnerships gets in place, we'll have more and more assets onto it. So what I am looking from the community is to have partnerships with as many as people possible, so that people can come join our community and use the solutions. And of course, the private round is on, so VCs are also most welcome. Any questions?
Possible to give enough questions, just advice.
Please.
You know, just Mark Zuckerberg with his platform Facebook using Web 2.0. Just talk to him.
He's not taking calls. I just tried yesterday. He's not taking calls. I'm through. Any questions or anything? We can take it offline maybe. Yeah.
It's okay. We can. They can personally.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for your attention and introduction. So just one suggestion: if anyone has any ambitious project who would like to have a pitch over here, so just please let's contact you with our senior marketing officer, Mr. Sonny. He's really busy. So and to do not have problems like Mr. Nick, breaking hands for fighting for this place. So let's get sent by tomorrow before 3 p.m. so Friday. Thank